Yeah. People, this is the boy here, Roger Moore from Affinity, Xtra, celebrating gospel music of Black origin. This is how we do it still, yeah. So let me just go to it still, yeah. Now, I am known to binge watch cartoons. Yes, I binge watch cartoons. Get over it, people, still, yeah. But I love, I believe there's always a hidden message and everything. So people, back in there, people think, if we think of Mickey Mouse, but unfortunately things are developed right now, or anime, they're called, it's not cartoons, but we big people would call it cartoons anyway, so yeah. But yeah, man, so what? From when I was 50 and I watch it, who cares? But anyway, there's one series there why I like, because back in the day, in my early day, I remember I believe I had I believe my Commodore Amiga days, this game with no PlayStation 1, it was, yeah, where the demo CD was out, and it came on the Saturn as well, Sega Saturn, and Tomb Raider came out, this game. I was like, whoa! But then Tomb Raider the series came out. So I thought, you know what? Let me binge watch it. Lara Croft doing her thing. I went, ooh, this is all right. You know, season 1, I watched it, you know what I mean, end of last year. I thought, ooh, this is cool, you know. I'll watch it. So I watched the one that came out the other day, season 2. I watched it, and I'll be honest with you guys, it's called The Legend of Lara Croft, and it's basically Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft on Netflix. So if you want to search it, you know, just put Lara Croft or Tomb Raider, you find it in Netflix. What was interesting, it was about Orisha masks. Now we'll get to the point that reaffirming the issue. So her dad was going around liberating the world by finding fine arts and putting it into displays and selling it and whatever that's, yeah, and seen as a hero, as we know, them British heroes that went to Africa and European heroes that went there, apparently did amazing digs or take gifts from the natives and brought to the country and sold them to museums and rich collectors and all this business, and sold off the land, it sold off these bits and bobs. But really, there were a gift. They, based upon the destruction that they caused, they'll teeth all the little bits and bobs to soldiers and then make a change on the way back to the UK. That's effectively what happened after murdering all the people there still, yeah. And what was really cool about this season, it was really they had one of the black guys was on her side. He does the tech guys. I can't remember his name anyway, but I'm not even fussing names. I just watch going. And he said, as a black man, you know, when they said talk about your ancestry, and he's like, really, I don't know what it is, mate. I don't know my ancestry, and he's talking from an Afro-American basis. And it's same for Afro-Caribbeans. We don't really know who we are. And he was saying it's just, don't know who we are. And what was really cool about this season was the fact that basically really, yes, there's a lot of spiritual things. And yes, sometimes I find that conversion to, when I say conversion, conversion to Christianity, or I would say conversion, or so I would say conversion, reaffirming, or the season of conversion to Western Christianity. I find that we kind of throw away everything to do with our culture. So they got this AO. Now, bear in mind, I'm not Nigerian, so I don't know how deep these things are, but they have the festivals, which I believe are heavily spiritual and stuff, and it could be something that we don't want to be dabbling in as a Christian, apparently so. And I get it, so we kind of dash it all away, but the reality shows that these masks were stolen, profited from, and sent around the world. You know what I'm saying? It really emphasizes through the cartoon. Yes, there's all cartoon characters and the powers and the creation and this has his power, that power. But what was really prevalent when he looked at the actual destruction of Benin Kingdom, when I believe the Yoruba people, sorry if you, I think it's Yoruba or Benin, basically the Kingdom of Benin, that has profited a lot from slavery. But then when the English thought, you know, it's our time to take over, they took over and they wiped out the kingdom, messed it up, and just basically pillaged the land. Yeah, pillaged the city, city. I can't remember the exact city, but I have looked into the history of Nigeria and looked at that. Believe it or not, they call it the Gold Coast now, but that was called the Slave Coast, by the way. And what they did to people was really bad. And it really does raise the issue, and Lara had to give back her her handed down wealth. Yeah. Obviously, she's obviously representing, and this is all fictional, people, but this just represents a principle that there's generation of people. She showed a symbol of reparations to say, I've got to give back my, and not just give it to the museums, which we seem to like to do, keep within the kingdom that we brought it to, but she actually, at the end, gave back the artifacts which her dad's, has to be said, stolen, but was came famous for going all around the world picking up these bits and bobs, these priceless bits and bobs. That's the bits and bobs, artifacts or whatever they call them. And it really showed a part of the process of reparations for me. And reparations is so big. It's not just about handing money. Part of reparations is to send back what was stolen. That's in not only in our museums, that are hidden away in collections, in rich people's collections, in big, massive academic, non-academic establishments are sitting there. So for me, it's something to look into, to talk about and discuss. And you know what, guys? Why is it every time we deal with a subject like this, Tomb Raider gets cancelled straight afterwards? And it's not to say that Netflix ain't on the edge anyway, so yeah, but it's because of low viewership. Yo, these are cartoons that they're picking them should be watching. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about Tomb Raider's got a very, Lara Croft got a good decent following, so I'm quite shocked it's been cancelled. But hopefully, from what I can see, is season 3 should have might be going to Prime Video, so that in talks with that. And I think it was a really good series. So if you want to watch it, it's not accurate education, but it gives you a vibe of what really happened. And there's a lot of things that happened in the past as African people that we're looking back. If we could do it again, we would do something totally different. There is people that have said that, still, yeah, if, again, they wish they never started the trade if they knew what was going to happen. So it really created enough conversations. And when we look into the African Orisha masks, very sacred objects for the Yoruba stroke, obviously Kingdom of Benin, and it really gets you to think, they said, guys, you need to get these masks back to these people. You know what I'm saying? You need to go back, give back to their cultures, but they just want to keep it in the museum. And I love going to museums, but the one thing I probably annoys me now, because I look around there and it's, this is pure stolen gear. So, yeah, it's not impressive anyway. So, but I'm not saying all museums bad. I think museums are really great, and museums should be reflecting the local history, 100%. But as for history from other countries, got to be very, very careful here. Very, very careful. So, this is Roger. Enjoying Tomb Raider. More things to come. This is how we do it here. And this is 4 Walls.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment. And make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more.